I'm extremely proud of Kamala Harris. I'm proud of the way that she served admirably as vice president. They ran a race with no gaffes, no embarrassments in a short period of time. And she's an amazing woman. And if my daughter could grow up and be half the woman Kamala Harris is, my daughter's life will be a success. So let me throw that out there first. She meant so much to so many people. The second thing is, this is a concession speech, which is probably one of her last, if not her last hurrah on this major stage and platform. This is about a vision that you wanted for the future, but you didn't win. And that happens in politics. In politics, you have winners and losers in democracy, right? That's the way this thing works. And the American public, 81 million people came out and said that Donald Trump is who they want for the next 4 years, and only 66 million said they wanted you. That's all. Is that surprising? No. Is that disappointing? Yes. And she can talk about the fact of what she wants this country to look like in the next 4 years and say, congratulations, Donald Trump, as the next president-elect.
But the point is, she just spent weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks conditioning your entire party and near half the country to believe that Trump is a fascist, that he's going to be a dictator, that he's going to rip up the Constitution, that he's going to cause bloodbaths, and on and on and on. And now she has to wake up today and say, okay, and I'm now conceding power to the person that I strongly implied was going to be a modern Hitler. Do you believe that people she just conditioned with that kind of campaign are going to accept it?
That's not the way this works. First and
Is
foremost,
it not? Then she didn't actually believe it.
No,
Is that
that's
right?
not. First of all,
Did she actually believe it?
First of all,
It was her word. She said he's a fascist.
But one second, Scott. I mean, I don't want to relitigate campaign talking points. But when you're talking about fascism, we're actually talking about what his chief of staff said. When you're talking about,
She said it.
I know.
She said it.
Who else said it?
So my question, the only question I have is, did she believe it or not?
Yes, because I still see.
Okay, so she's going then to concede to a fascist.
Yes.
Because that is how our election
That's why we got it out in the open.
What is the alternative?
Great
Donald
point.
Trump's. Go ahead.
No, I
Sorry
was
to
just going to
interrupt
say
you.
to Scott, like, look, I can believe Donald Trump
Please
is.
continue down this path.
I am for the next 30 seconds.
For the
I
next
believe
40
Donald
years.
Trump is a fascist. I believe that democracy, maybe 10 seconds. I believe that democracy is at risk, but I also believe that American voters came out and chose that. And that's how this thing works.
But you know what? From the perspective of a lot of Republicans, they felt the country has been at risk under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And Ron Brown sort of talked about this, you know, and Scott mentioned it in an earlier segment about people being afraid about the state of the country and democracy writ large. A lot of people on the right believe the same thing because they have seen after 3.5 years constant perpetual attacks against them, against their way of life, against what they believe allegedly about who they are as people, because people in D.C. and New York and on the left coast and a lot of progressives don't understand them. So instead of attempting to make the effort to understand, you guys have called them racist and bigots and uneducated, who cling to their guns and their Bibles, etc.
But at the same time, we spent 4 years of Donald Trump, of Democrats and progressives being the same told to us, about us. And this president, as a black woman, said, I'm stupid, said, we're stupid. And for poisoning the blood of our people, which I have said before, that actually came from Jim Crow. So if we're going to go down that, you know, I mean, Scott Jennings, do you believe that I am poisoning the white blood? I mean, come on. But hold on. But to what Bakari was saying, this was an election. It's like any sport. He won. You say, we did our best. I thank my team. Now it's up to him. And I hope, you know, of course you're going to wish the best for the
good luck to the fascists. I mean, do you understand how
our
crazy
democracy
that
ahead
sounds?
of
You're going to
partisan
congratulate.
politics.
Let Kate speak.
Can I just say quickly? It's yes, because campaigns get heated, and the loser comes out and concedes to the winner, and it's that is valuing our democracy more than any element of partisan politics, and that is actually what American democracy is based on. So yes, that is what happens, and it's important that it does.
It goes back to what we're saying.